Good evening, and welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities, presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, entrepreneur by night, 3-time best-selling author, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and co-founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. Tonight we have an amazing special guest by the name of Cheryl Mazique. A little bit about her. Cheryl Mazique is a woman of God who chose to have faith over fear in every area of her life. She is a wife, a mother, a business owner, motivational speaker, financial coach, and published author. She is very passionate about helping others discover their purpose in life and helping them to fully operate in their purpose. She believes that a person's past does not define their future, and everyone has the ability to create the life they want to live, and most importantly, that everyone was created for greatness. In Cheryl's past, she was often counted out by the people around her. She was a teenage mother at the age of 15, but did not allow that to stop her from pursuing her goals. It pushed her to stand on her faith, to keep moving forward. Despite her teenage pregnancy, she graduated high school with honors in the top 50 of her class and started her very successful career in corporate America. She was able to obtain 2 of the highest designations in the mortgage industry, where she worked for over 15 years. Although she was proficient as a mortgage professional, she has been laid off over 5 times within the last 15 years. She lived paycheck to paycheck until one day she decided enough was enough. She committed to herself that she would no longer put her family's life dependency in the hands of someone else. In deciding to leave a legacy for her children, Cheryl made a decision to start her own business in 2013 while still working a full-time job. This created an additional stream of income for her household. It also opened her eyes to a completely different mindset. Though there were highs and lows in her entrepreneur journey, she continued on the path forward with no regrets. Currently, she is in a great place in her life and in business, and she has become even more successful. Cheryl has decided to focus on sharing her blueprint of success with others who are business-driven dreamers by sharing the opportunities that have changed her life and the lives of so many others as well. Welcome to the table, Cheryl Mazique.
Thank you so much for having me at the table, Miss Ashley. Thank you.
You are welcome. I am honored and humbled to be able to have you at the table tonight, and you have such an amazing bio. So would you please share with our listeners more about your amazing entrepreneur journey?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I started to work part-time in a business. So in 2013 was the first time that I got laid off in corporate America. Did really great in corporate America, made 6 figures. However, the industry was so shaky in the mortgage industry. But the first time I got laid off, that opened my eyes to corporate America, that my employer did not care that our children would or wouldn't have food in their mouths, or if we would be able to pay our rent, our mortgage, our utilities, or anything like that. And so that just opened my eyes into the entrepreneur arena. And then I had some great friends that introduced me to the direct sales industry, where I would do something on a part-time basis in addition to what I was doing at work to supplement my income. And so that's what started me off with the entrepreneur journey. And so from there, just, done different things here and there, but I stayed the course with always making sure that I made some extra money so that I could have multiple streams of income. So that's what started my entrepreneur journey.
Amazing. So, Cheryl, you are very passionate about helping others discover their purpose in life. Would you please tell us more about your passion?
Okay, yes, my passion is because I believe that God didn't put us on this earth, and I am a true believer of God, that he didn't put us on this earth just to exist. He put us on this earth to live life and live life abundantly. And though a lot of people have that feeling inside, they have that gut feeling like it's more for me to do. I just don't know what it is. And guess what? It is more for you to do. And I just feel that my purpose is there to help pull that purpose out of other people. Because, see, too many people are passing away these days, and all the ideas and inventions that they have inside, they never come out. And so I'm so passionate about showing people that there is more. You just have to be willing to let go of the fear and have faith and try something and say yes to yourself and see what that more is. So that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I believe that God gave me that purpose to help other people figure out what their purpose is.
I love that. And that's so important that you know what your purpose is, because it will show, right? And if you're not walking in your purpose, it's not going to last long. So you want to make sure that for our listeners, that we're walking in our purpose, because that's so important. So, Cheryl, would you please tell us more about the benefits? Because we're going to talk about life insurance and savings and retirement tonight. So would you please tell us more about the benefits of life insurance and why it is so important?
Okay, yes. So the benefits of life insurance, most people think that life insurance is just about burial, right? When you think of life insurance, you're thinking about burial and death. However, life insurance is about the protection of the income. Let me break it down to you this way. So, for example, you have John and you have Mary. Both John and Mary are both working. Their total household expenses is $4,000. John brings in $2,000. Mary brings in $2,000. Okay? John's on the way home from work. John passes away. That $2,000 in income that he was bringing into that household, it's no longer coming into the household because he passes away. But that $4,000 in debt is still there. So what happens to Mary and the children if John passed away and there's no life insurance? That mortgage is going to be foreclosed on, those cars are going to be repossessed, and their life is going to be financially devastating. So although we need life insurance for the for the burial and death of somebody, but most importantly, you need it for the protection of the income, because you want to make sure that your family can still live on, because the mortgage company do not care if you are here or are dead. They're still going to be looking for their mortgage payment on the first of the month. Those autos, that payment is still going to be due on whatever day of the month. And so that's why it's so important to have life insurance, because you want to make sure that your family can still survive if you are not there. And so a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand the importance of that. They don't understand that life insurance is just as important as any other insurance that you may have. Because, see, people have auto insurance, they have cell phone insurance, they have health insurance, they have homeowners insurance, but they don't have life insurance. Why is that? Because people don't see the value in life insurance, and people are not educated on the importance of what life insurance can do for somebody if they have life insurance, and if they have the right life insurance and properly protected.
And that's so important, because you're right. When people think of life insurance, they think about the burial and the death. They don't think about the protection of the income. And that's why you see all these GoFundMe accounts, because people don't invest in it, right? And
absolutely.
Right, and that's a prime example of what you're saying. So why is that? That's a good question. Why is that? Why do you think that people are so afraid of that, outside of the normal of the burial and the death part of it? But why do you think they don't want to invest in it? Because, it would definitely alleviate the GoFundMe accounts that we see going around a lot,
Absolutely. I think it's the education piece, because people are not properly educated on what life insurance can do for them. So if you have the right type of life insurance, like with term life insurance with the company that I'm associated with, you have what's called living benefits inside of your life insurance policy. And living benefits is like, say, for instance, you become terminally ill. Cancer is one of the most common terminal illnesses. And if you become terminally ill, you are able to get a portion of your life insurance while you are living in the form of a check. So if you, say, for instance, have a $100,000 policy and you get cancer, which is terminal illness, and you are considered a terminal ill, you will be able to get a $70,000 check will come in the mail to your home for you to be able to cash out and live off of. The company does not care what you do with that money. You can go to Cancer Centers of America. You can try to see if you can get a better plan to live longer. You can go on a bucket list vacation and say, you know what, I'm going to travel. Or you can do exactly what your doctor plan is for you in your time of cancer and do that plan and not have to worry about your finances, not have to worry about if you have enough paid time off. That alone is so important for people to have, because cancer is so likely to happen. That's just one of the benefits that life insurance have that's available to you with a term policy, with the right term policy, but people don't know that. People just think that life insurance, a lot of people don't want to talk about life insurance because they think it's just talking about death. But we have to prepare for that thing, because guess what? We cannot cheat death. That's one thing we cannot cheat. And so the best way is to be responsible and prepare for that. And, once you pass away, because nobody knows when we're going to die. We do know our birth date, but we don't know our death date, right? So we want to make sure that we are properly prepared. And so if you have the right coverage, just that along with the living benefits is one of the things that people are not educated about. And I think it's the education piece.
So when you're working with your clients, how do you educate your people? What are some different strategies that you use, Cheryl, to help them understand it better, to, get the word out there about the importance of it?
Absolutely. Well, what I do is when I sit down with a client, I sit down with them. We go over what they currently have. Okay, do you have life insurance? If you do have life insurance, what type of life insurance do you have? Because one thing that I do not believe in, and the company and I, we don't believe in whole life, because whole life is not a benefit to the customer. I break down the difference from whole life and term life insurance, and I let the customer tell me, after I've broke it down to you, which one do you think you would prefer and which one will be best for your family? Every single time they say the different option that we offer, which is the term life insurance and setting up a retirement plan to earn compound interest on their money. So that's one of the things I do. I also talk about, well, how much money are you saving? Let's see what you're currently saving. If you're saving this amount with the interest right now in the bank, which is less than 1%, let's calculate how much money you're going to have saved when you retire, okay? They do that calculation versus how much I can show them they can save using the tools that we have with the company that I use. And then also, we also have a tool where we break down everything specifically, Ms. Ashley. It goes over credit. It goes over the interest rates that you're currently paying on all of the different obligations that you have. It's going to show you truly how long it's going to take you to pay that off versus if you use tools, how long it can take you to pay it off. It also goes over the proper coverage of life insurance, because this is another thing too, Miss Ashley. Some people have life insurance, but they don't have enough coverage. Most people might have a $50,000 policy or a $30,000 policy, and if you have a $50,000 or $30,000 policy and you have an outstanding balance on your mortgage for $150,000 or $200,000, you don't have enough coverage. You don't have enough coverage. So making sure that they have enough coverage and the proper coverage, but touching every aspect of their financial life. So we go over that. So that's what we do. We just go over what they currently have versus what they need.
And how can listeners reach out to you to get more information so you can help them if they're in this situation? How can they go to your website?
Absolutely. You can go to my website. My website is www.CherylMazique, and I'll spell it for you. That's CherylMazie as in zebra, IQ as in queen, UE.com. Or you can always find me on Facebook, Cheryl Mazique, on both my personal page and my business page, which is Cheryl Mazique, a lady of faith over fear. And you can also call me. My business line is 972-755-9207.
So Cheryl is definitely consistent. She has a great spirit, and she's doing a lot of amazing things. So this is just one of the things we're talking about tonight. But I definitely want you to reach out to her and get educated on how important life insurance is, because I do believe, Cheryl, and I agree with you, that a lot of people are not educated on it, and that's why we have a lot of the GoFundMe accounts going around now, because people are not educated. So we want to prevent that and get people educated on it. So please reach out to her if you are one of our listeners that needs to be educated on it to prepare for what we all got to do is leave this world.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much for having me on. I definitely appreciate it.
Yes. So, Cheryl, what are some of the different, budgeting is so important. So what are some of the different ways that people can budget? Why is that so important?
Budgeting is important because you never know when something may happen. You should always have money for the unknown, right? And so if you budget, you're able to put a certain amount aside for each and everything that you need to do. And so a lot of times people say, well, I don't make enough money to save money. Well, let's take a look at your spending habits. So this is what you make. Let's go down the list of your bank account and see what you spend money on. And 9 times out of 10, you spend about $100 to $200 every single month on things where you can actually cut back and save on. So you're spending money on fast food or coffee or, things that you can really cut back on, but being able to save that money and putting it in the right vehicle to save it in. Because there are different type of vehicles. There's a regular savings account where you're getting less than 1% of interest, and then there are other type of savings accounts where you can earn compound interest on your money. So showing them ways of how to save and the right vehicles to put it in, but really looking at what they currently have, not adding anything at that point, but looking to what they currently have, but then also talking to them about ways to add extra income to their household, because you always need multiple sources of income, because anything can happen to that main source at any given time, but making sure that you have different sources of income coming in. So that's what we look at when it comes to budgeting.
So what are some things that you see with your clients that are some of their problems when it comes down to their budgeting? What is like one of the number one things that you see that people are really wasting money on?
Fast food. Fast food. Fast food is one of those things, And so, I used to be that person. I used to be that person. So quick to go out on fast food, especially when I was working in corporate America. Kid you not, I would probably spend about $50 to $75 a week just in food. I would go out to eat for breakfast. I would buy something for lunch. And, I would do that every single day. And then sometimes go home and have fast food with the family. So, just looking at those different things versus going to the grocery store, getting healthier options and cooking those meals, because health is very important as well, when it comes to every single aspect in your life. So if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So making sure that you're cooking more instead of going out is one of those ways to help you in the health-wise and also in your finances.
And I agree, Cheryl, because I really believe, because when you're always on the go, you really don't realize that every $5 or $10 that you spend adds up, right?
It does.
And you really don't think that until you look back at your bank account and you're like, okay, wow.
Yes.
So, yeah. I can agree.
Because I say so. I realized I was spending that much once I came home and I became a full-time entrepreneur, and I wasn't going out eating breakfast and eating lunch, and I'm like, okay, well, cool, where does money come from? I wasn't spending the money like I was, So yeah, you really have to take some time and just think about your spending habits. Think about, do you really need that cup of coffee every single day, or do you really need that cigarette or whatever thing that you may purchase, and just cut back on some of those things, and you can truly save, and putting it in the right vehicle will help you save so much more. I have a system where we show you, on average, if you're saving about $200 a month, Miss Ashley, and if it's in a regular savings account, and it's at less than 1% interest, if you multiply 200 times 35, that gives you $7,000 in 35 years that you saved in a regular savings account. Versus if you put it in a mutual fund savings account, we can show you how to save that same $200 and turn that into a minimum of $148,000. Same 200, just a different vehicle. People don't know that those different things are out here.
That is, that is, and that's true. And that's true because a lot of people are not educated on it. And that's why it's so important to have a financial advisor. It's so important to have someone to help you with your finances, especially if you're not good at it, especially if you're not a good person at the budget. So can you elaborate on why having a great financial advisor is important to you?
Yeah, well, you can't really say you're a financial advisor until you have those designations of a 65, a license series 65. So until you make sure that you speak with someone in that multitude, you always want to make sure that you consult with somebody that's an expert, like a financial coach or something like that. Make sure that they are certified to know exactly what they're doing. But you have to, that's just like when you're sick, you go to the doctor's office. You want to be with that professional that can help you in that area. Same thing in your finances. You need to get with somebody that is experienced, a financial coach to help you in that area. Because, see, sometimes when we do things, the same habits that we do will create the same results. And so in order to create different results, we have to do things differently. And if we don't know how to do those different things, we need to enlist with those people to show us how to do those different things, right? And so that's why it's so important to get with those financial coaches to help you get your finances where you desire. Because guess what? We all want to be able to retire one day. And retirement is not an it's not an age, it's an income. And so we want to be able to bridge the gap of people retiring to go back to work. Who wants to retire to go back to work? That's where you have your Walmart greeters or your Chick-fil-A greeters or people like that. They are people that have retired and do not have enough income to survive off of, so they go back to work. And so we want to bridge that gap and show you how to save properly and save in the right vehicles.
I love that. And what are some other ways that people can boost their retirement savings? Is there any other ways outside of what we just talked about with the different accounts?
Nothing but different accounts, making sure that you budget, and also multiple streams of income, adding more money to the plate to where you can save more.
Yes, and we all should be striving to have multiple streams of income. That's just important to have in general.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, Cheryl. You can elaborate on it. I think you've got to elaborate on that.
Oh, that's okay. Just like, one thing that the government shutdown taught us is you have to make sure that you are dependent of your own income, because at any given moment, your income can be taken from you just like that. And what recourse do you have if your income is taken away, if you only have that one stream? You just really have to make sure that your family is properly protected in every single area. So it's so important to have those multiple streams of income.
Yes, listeners, so if you don't have them, create them. Create them.
Yes.
Make sure you have them. They're so important. So what are some strategies, Cheryl, and what are some strategies you would give to new business owners when it comes to saving and budgeting? Because, when people first, start their business and stuff, sometimes that's a struggle for them to know how to make sure that the accounts are different, to make sure that you know what's going in and what's going out. That's so important, especially for our new entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One thing, don't commingle your money together. Get separate accounts. Get business accounts. Make sure that you're using those business accounts for the business to help you with tax purposes. I'm not a tax advisor, so, I'm just giving you some tips on that. But make sure that you do have separate business accounts. You also want to make sure that you are applying for, business credit and getting separate things when it comes to business. Again, don't tie your personal credit with your business credit, doing different things like that. And then also making sure that you are getting the things that you need for your business, but you don't have to get all of the expensive things. Find ways to get what you need, but be able to minimize the cost, because you have to invest in yourself. You most definitely have to invest in yourself as a business owner. You have to also invest in growing your business, whether it's marketing, whether it's the material that you need for your business. And one of the most important things as a new business owner that you can invest in is yourself, your personal development, and your mindset. So you are going to have to spend on things like conferences and seminars and stuff like that. So you have to be willing to do that type of investing, but also making sure that you are still saving. If you're still starting a business and you're part-time, make sure that a percentage of that money that you're starting, that you're making on a part-time basis, you're saving that money in the right vehicle. Also make sure that you're setting aside 3 to 6 months. You want I take that back, not 3 to 6 months. You want 6 to 12 months worth of savings. If you desire to go full-time in your business and you're starting a business part-time and you want to go full-time in your business, make sure that you have 6 to 12 months worth of savings. You do not want to just quit your job. Make sure that your business is really afloat. Make sure that you are bringing in that income that can really take care of your household, because as an entrepreneur and a full-time entrepreneur, if you don't work, you don't eat. So you want to make sure that your obligations are still taken care of. So those are some of the different things that I could, advise a new business owner on to take those tips to really help them in their entrepreneur journey.
I love that, and thank you for being so, transparent about, stepping out and making sure you're taking those calculated risks And understanding that as a full-time entrepreneur, if you don't work, you do not eat. So that is
absolutely important. That's
for
the
people
truth.
to understand that. And while you working your 9 to 5, and if you're already at the table, take what you're learning there and build your business. Take what they're doing in order to help you build your $1 million business. Learn what they're doing.
Absolutely.
So utilize it. It's not a bad thing to still be at a 9 to 5 and be an entrepreneur too.
Absolutely. That's what I tell people all the time. It's nothing wrong with working a job. Use your job as a tool. Use that to help you in your journey, in your business. Because when I was in corporate America, it really did help me with the relationship building. It helped me with being able to sell. And I sell to people and don't even know when I'm selling to them because I'm building a relationship and just genuinely educating people and helping them in that aspect. So use those things. Use your job as a tool. Jobs are not bad, and entrepreneurship is not for everybody. So jobs are great. Just use them as a tool, but don't be in a rush to leave that job if you're not mentally prepared for the journey, because it is a journey. And so in our day and time with internet, so many people think that entrepreneurship is the thing to do, and it's so easy and so simple. But guess what? It's a process. You have to be willing to go through that process to get to where you desire. I started entrepreneurship in 2013. I'm full-time 2 years. I've been full-time for the last 2 years, but it took a while for me to get full-time. It didn't happen overnight. And so a lot of people think that things happen overnight, and it does not. It is a process, and you have to be willing to go through that process, and you have to be willing to go through seed, time, and harvest.
Yes, everything is a process, and the process is the most important part. Thank you, Cheryl, for definitely elaborating on that, because that's so important, the process. We have to all go through that. That's important. So,
yes.
And I ask all of my guests this question, Cheryl. How did you create your seat at the table? And I know you spoke on it a little bit, so could you talk to us more about how did you create your seat at the table?
Okay, so how I created my seat at the table. Just really, from when I got into entrepreneurship, just really being focused and getting with the right people. So that's important too. Making sure that you're surrounding yourself around the right people. I got around the right mentors, and then I got into the right vehicle, right, to make the income that I needed to make, and just being consistent with what it was that I was doing, and also asking God to lead the way and making sure that my purpose aligned with God's will, because I believe that God orders my footsteps, and that's what I want him to be able to do. And so that's how I got a seat at the table, being consistent, not being scared to get out there and do what's required to get the results that I was looking for, but really staying laser focused and being on the path to success, and not being scared of the no's, not being scared of the naysayers, but being focused and knowing that I can see the end result before I can truly see it. I can see it before it manifests. So that's how I got a seat at the table.
I love that. And you said a lot of great things, and definitely ignoring the naysayers, right? And focusing on your journey, because people are going to talk. So we got to stay focused regardless, right? And silence the noise. That's so important.
Absolutely.
So we all have a process, and you spoke about that a couple times throughout the interview on our journey. So what did failure teach you on your journey?
Okay, so failure, you said what did failure taught me? I just want
what did failure teach you? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so failure taught me that even though I failed, that's one way that I don't want to do it the next time. It taught me as a lesson, as an eye-opener, but maybe this is not the right way to do this, or maybe this particular vehicle was not the vehicle for me, but it didn't stop me, because I knew deep down inside I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I know that there's more inside of me. I got to figure out what that thing is. And so failure just is a stepping stone, to greatness. That's what failure is. It's a process to be able to succeed. It's the part of the process to success. So that's what failure has taught me.
I love that. It's always a lesson in it, right? It's always a lesson for us to learn.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
What did success teach you, guys? I mean, you are successful. You're doing amazing. What did success teach you?
Okay, so success taught me that, one, I have never arrived. I still have not arrived. And that even though I became successful, there's still more to do. There's still more people to help. There's still more to accomplish. And so that if I accomplish this, I can accomplish anything. Anything I put my mind to it, I can accomplish that. And my mom always drilled that in me from little bitty. You can accomplish anything that you desire if you keep God first and just work your behind off to get your goals accomplished. So that's what success taught me.
I love it. I love it. And I love what you said about being able to help people, pretty much reaching back and pulling forward. Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cheryl, you have done some amazing things throughout 2019, right? Because I consistently follow you, and I see all the amazing things this woman is doing, right? She's so talented. She's doing some amazing things. So what can we expect from Cheryl Mazique the rest of 2019?
Absolutely. So I'm super excited about the rest of 2019. I will be opening up my own financial firm in the Dallas, Texas area. Where I will be able, yes. Well, I will be able to help local people and, of course, non-local people really make sure that their financial house is in order, and also helping people with making that extra income and bringing that to the community as well by showing them how they can as well get, on board as a financial coach. So I'm so super excited about that. And just excited about whatever else that God has for me in this season and, and what I can do for the kingdom as well.
Well, I'm so excited for all the great things that God is going to do for you and continue to do on your journey. And I'm so excited to see all the things that he's going to manifest the rest of 2019. And super, super congratulations on opening your firm.
Yes, thank you. So excited. I am so excited.
Yes, you are welcome. So would you please tell our amazing listeners one more time how they can follow, contact you, and support you?
Okay, absolutely. You can follow me on all platforms at Cheryl Mazique. That's Cheryl, Mazique, Mazique. That's Facebook and Instagram. You can also visit my website, www.cherylmazique.com, and that's CherylMazique.com, or you can contact me via cell phone, my business line, 972-755-9207.
I love it. So please follow and support her. Like I stated before, Cheryl is pretty amazing. So, Cheryl, I would like to thank you for taking the time out of your very, very busy schedule to come to the table tonight. Amazing interview, and I cannot wait to invite you back.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me on, and congratulations on all your super success. I'm always super excited to see a post come across my timeline that says Ashley Little is doing something great and amazing. Continue to do all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Queen, thank you so much for always supporting. Like I said, you're consistent. You're always supporting. You want everybody to win, and you practice what you preach. So just thank you for all the amazing posts that you do daily and all the great things that you're doing to help somebody else.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to give a special thanks to Tammy Collins-Marquis and John Schamberger. I would also like to give a special thanks to author Kimberly McLemore. I would like to give a special thanks to my intern, Sarah, from Tennessee State University, as well as my other intern, Tyler, from Tennessee State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.